Hey there. One of our most common questions we get is, how do I know if I'm doing this right? And what I know people mean when they say that is, am I doing recovery right? And maybe a better question to ask is, how do I know that I'm progressing? But we do understand why we would ask that question, doing this right, because we're all conditioned and mind control programmed to, here's a 12-week program, and here's the weight loss, and here's the total cessation of ever wanting to eat XYZ food again. And, we're looking for these very tangible markers, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, in recovery, when you are trying to have a competent, natural, maybe easier relationship with food, we need to think more in terms of progression and what is feeling more easeful, and noticing that we just have more peace in our own skin despite maybe the newest diet coming down the line, or what everybody else might be thinking about your body or other people's bodies. So let me give you a couple examples. So let's say that you come to us and you don't want to binge, you want to have a healthy relationship with food. Um, maybe you want your body to be different, but more importantly, you want to have peace. And so instead of like doing X and you get Y, it's noticing that you're able to more quickly unblend from all the all the experiences and emotions that got tied up with binging in the first place, let's say 20 years ago. So let's say that somebody gives you a certain kind of look, and that makes you feel despair, and then the next autopilot is to eat. What you're able to do is recognize and slow everything down to where, oh, the reason I eat in a certain kind of way, because I had that feeling of despair when they looked at me that way. Oh, but I know it's 2020, whatever, and I'm not that age anymore. And I have other skills and tools to be able, when somebody does that, that doesn't mean that I'm 15 anymore and I feel trapped and hopeless because I don't know how to deal with those feelings or that circumstance, or I don't have the skill or tools for that and I feel stuck. And so sometimes all we do when we don't have the skills, resources, maturity, whatever, to do something that's not um, just helping us short term, is we do the short term thing because we don't have any other way of doing things. And we keep that pattern though through into adulthood, which is actually what we think is the problem, is the symptom. What's actually the problem is I need to grieve, and I need to have, get some perspective, um, forgive myself and others, the process. So when you're able to engage in that process and see that over time, 3 months, 6 months, a year and a half, 3 years, it's like you're hardly triggerable. Now you know that, like, yeah, you're making progress, you're arriving. Another example would be restricting. Like whenever I get stressed, I don't feel like eating, I lose my appetite, so I just go with it. Um, Obviously that's not the most appropriate way to deal with stress, right? When you're in, let's say, some hyperactivation and your GI tract slows down and nothing tastes that good, the solution would be what? Not to just go with the restriction. It would be, oh, I notice in those kind of stressful situations my appetite dampens. Of course it does. I'm in a flight or fight response. That's biologically what happens. So I need to unglue myself from that to start to become a compassionate witness to it. And then I can maybe bring some safety, some regulation, some just being out of the situation, give myself 10, 20, 30 minutes to come down, and then make that decision about my food versus just going with the autopilot. And when we're able to do that quicker and more often, you build a new neural pathway of like, oh yeah, I'm really stressed. No wonder my appetite's kind of off. And yeah, I would probably be hungry by now, but I don't feel it. Sometimes you eat pragmatically because you need to, and you eat the most digestible thing maybe you can, or you take that time to help your body know that you're relatively safe enough to be able to take care of yourself in a better way, and you don't have to just go throughout your day, push off the food and waiting for your hunger to happen. You can help your hunger happen more quickly when you feel safer. So that's the kind of work we're trying to do. And I know that's totally different than what how diet culture basically gets you to do anything or to make improvements or whatever it is. It's process oriented, not just behavioral oriented. So I hope that helps you if you're wondering, am I doing this right? It's a process, not just a here's an intervention, go do it, boom, done. I wish it was that simple. Um, and give yourself some grace, some mercy here of, oh, I'm also doing a new thing. I'm unlearning the old ways in which I used my body and food as a container for this regulation, um, not knowing how to maybe interact with ourselves and others in a way that feels positive, relatively safe enough, even appropriately repairing whatever it is that we've got these dilemmas about inside us, that we've used food and body as the container for all these decades. All right. So I hope that helps you. If you need more support, you can reach out to us at tracybrownrd.com and just get the get started tab, and we'll be happy to chat with you. So thanks so much and take care. Bye for now.